Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 3 of Obi Wan Kenobi. Now, after Obi Wan was successfully able to save Princess Leia and they ended up in a mining region in the galaxy, they happened to come across an Empire-controlled outpost after getting a ride from an alien named Freck, played by Zach Braff. Obi-Wan, of course, has to save Leia from a bunch of stormtroopers who have the same level of competence as we're used to. But he also gets the help of a woman who dresses up like an Imperial officer in order to like an Empire officer in order to help out anyone in need. Her name's Vala, and she ends up being quite helpful throughout the entire episode. But unfortunately, Third Sister ends up catching on to their presence, as well as the other Inquisitors, including, of course, Darth Vader, with James Earl Jones once again reprising his voice. I really do like the fact that Obi-Wan clearly shows the effects of his age and his lack of Jedi duties throughout, but he's still able to pull off some good Jedi moves throughout. I think it's a bit more believable on Ewan McGregor's part than it was on Temuera Morrison's part with Boba Fett. Not to say that Boba Fett was terrible in his own series, it's just I felt that he racked up a few too many L's in that series. Here, it's believable as to why Obi-Wan would be able to get out of one situation but would need help to get out of another. He's not exactly old Ben just yet, but the effects of his age at this point in the timeline do clearly show, as Vader notes. On top of that, Vader and Anakin and his past as Anakin clearly haunts Obi-Wan, as he seems to suffer from some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder throughout the episode, which is believable considering what happened in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And honestly, I do appreciate the fact that James Earl Jones still feels like he's giving as much as he can into the performance. Considering some of his previous performances as Mufasa in the 2019 Lion King, it's easy to see that he's actually trying despite his age. It's kind of amazing that James Earl Jones has lasted as long as he has doing that voice, considering how iconic it is and how much people have imitated it. They could have easily just gotten someone to imitate it, that was what I'm trying to say, and thankfully they don't do that. On top of that, I do appreciate how Leia is quick-witted as a child in this situation, but she still clearly is innocent. She's a smart kid, but she's still a kid, so she's both likably believable and also is clearly someone you'd want to protect. She's not Carrie Fisher just yet, of course. And of course, Third Sister, despite how some people have seen her as being, too stubborn and too aggressive, I think that really does fit well with her established character flaws, and she actually gets to be genuinely kind of scary in that last scene. I have no idea what else they're going to do with her character, but I surely hope that they don't let her off the hook for everything she's done as an Inquisitor. Because, let's just face it, she deserves some kind of divine punishment for everything she's done. But yeah, so far I do think this is a pretty solid episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm interested in seeing what the second half of the series will bring us. See you next time.